Hey, future CNAs. My name is Cassie. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things you need to expect at state regarding your indirect care. So when you go to state, you get a card. It'll have 3 separate skills for you to be doing. And then hand washing and indirect care are also skills that you get graded on. So you get graded on 5 skills: a mobility skill, an ADL, and a measurement skill, your hand washing, and indirect care. So I want to talk about indirect care today with you. So indirect care, when you're over at Prometric and you're taking your exam, your indirect care is going to be things like addressing your resident, telling your resident who you are and what your job is, and then what care you're going to be giving that resident. So an example, say you're going to be doing emptying a catheter and measuring the contents of that urinary drainage bag. Okay, so your indirect care is going to be, number 1, knocking on the door. So knock, knock, knock. Hey, Miss Annie, my name is Cassie. I'm your CNA. So I'm giving her my name, my title, and I'm also addressing her by Mrs. or Mr. Okay, that just shows respect. Big part of your indirect care, guys. Never call them honey, baby, sweetie, mama. Okay, none of those pet names are gonna work. They're all going to get you major points taken off of your indirect care skill, okay? So Mr. or Mrs. and whoever they are, okay? Usually I just let my students Mrs. Annie or Mr. Bob, things like that, okay? You're, of course, probably not going to remember your partner's last name. You're more likely to remember their first name when you go to state, okay? So, knock, knock. Hey, Miss Annie, my name is Cassie. I'm your CNA. We're going to be doing your emptying your catheter today and measuring that. All right, I'm going to close your curtain for privacy and wash my hands. So closing that curtain for privacy, huge indirect care skill, guys. Every single skill that you do at Prometric, you need to close your curtain for privacy. Doesn't matter if you're measuring the respirations or if you're giving a bed bath. Same element all through your skill set. You have to close that curtain for privacy and then go wash your hands. So your infection control things are going to be part of your indirect care as well. So let's say you are wearing gloves for a skill. Part of your indirect care is going to be taking these off properly. So I've got my gloves on and it's time to take them off. So the way that I'm going to take them off is I'm going to pinch in the middle so that I'm not contaminating my skin in any way, shape, or form. Pull at the middle and just pull it off inside out. Roll that glove up, 2 fingers underneath here, or more because these gloves are huge. No contamination whatsoever. Those go in the trash bin, and immediately I say, simulate washing my hands, okay? When you go to state, you only have to wash your hands the 1 time if you do it correctly. So if you need help knowing exactly how to wash your hands, you can go back and watch the video on hand washing I've got up for you guys as well. But anytime you take off your gloves, you have to immediately state, simulating washing my hands. So if you do your hand washing right the first time at state, they will tell you, you can now simulate washing your hands the rest of your skill set. And that is gold. You want to hear that when you first wash your hands, okay, guys? So infection control, not contaminating yourself. Indirect care is also not holding the linens close to your body. Don't ever let anything that's going on that resident touch your body. Not the barrier, not anything else, okay? So we want to place a towel over your bedside table on every skill as well that will have anything on that table. Okay, so lay your towel out. You can put your bath basin, whatever else you're needing for that skill on that barrier. So infection control, introducing yourself, providing privacy. Another element of your indirect care is covering your resident with a bath blanket when you're going to do care that will expose a body part through the sheet, basically. We want just a thicker blanket on top of them if we are dressing a resident with a weak arm. So Miss Annie, we're dressing her, so we need to have a bath blanket to cover her, because once that gown comes off, you could potentially see her breasts through a thin sheet. So that's why we want to use the bath blanket. Plus it keeps her warm. So again, another part of your indirect care, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to go over with you guys on indirect care. Call light. Handing that call light to your resident. That is a big element, guys. If you forget that, you're going to lose a lot of points and potentially fail that skill because your resident's not safe if we don't hand them that call light. So let's talk about if we're doing range of motion. So all of your range of motion exercises at state are going to be passive, meaning your resident is either weak or paralyzed on that side. So if you're doing range of motion on her right shoulder, you have to, at the end of that skill, give that call light in the left hand. You've exercised that paralyzed side. Make sure the call light goes in the opposite hand, the strong hand, okay? So you're at the end of every skill. I always tell my students, call light, curtain, hands. Make sure that that's your last 3 steps. So here's your call light, Miss Annie. Is there anything else I can do for you before I leave the room? No? Okay, great. You've got your call light. Call me if you need me. Open the curtain back up because you, at the first of the skill, closed it for privacy. So open that curtain back up and then wash your hands. So again, call light, curtain, hands. Every skill, the end of that skill needs to be that, okay? That's all I can think about for indirect care. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment and I will try and get back to you. All right, y'all have a great day.